Yeah, I'm pretty sure on this one. The stream title is one of those. It says everything. Today, today is a day. Not so good day. Uh, so this is just. I mean, this is literally the best. This is the best you can get out of me right now. I'm just chilling, still trying to get into friggin' Stormbringers content. I mean Shadowbringers. I'm still like locked out of that. Um, is the music back on, the background music? I guess it is. I guess it never was gone. Um, oh no. Oh, I'm having a day. See, I can't until I know exactly how badly I hurt myself. I can't do another game because most games that I want to play right now require all of your digits, and I'm splinted and bandaged right there. So that's the issue with that one. That's the best I. This is with this one I can hit things. I know I can hit things all right enough. Um, so it's not as big of a. It's not the biggest setback. Oh boy, but today, son of a. What I do? I might have broken the thing. I very well might have broken the thing. Most likely not. Most likely a bone bruise or a fracture. I do not know exactly what I did. All I know is that it's still swelling, and it still looks bad. So I'm disappointed. It's just out of everything that I needed in my life right now, getting hurt, not one of them. So what's going on? Oh, I've got a splint. I did that. I already. It makes cut up piece of an old sock for padding, that clean old one, chopsticks, and bandaging. But there is an indentation. It does not feel okay. It is throbbing, and oh boy, oh boy, is it. I'm going to take a lot of deep breaths during this because this is still not a... Hey there, what's going on, guys? Agent Swifty, Grace, it has been a long while. Malik, perfect image. We got some shield showing up. Chaz, we got Rich Sean, Rich, Kale, Chad, Jim, sobs quietly. That makes me sad. Felicia, David, another shield here. White Shade, another shield. Yeah, shields are showing up. That makes me quite a happy camper with that one. I'm glad to see you guys are here and showing in mass. Uh-oh, what's going on with my... You know what? I started this before I had all my widgets working, didn't I? It's alright. I'm sure it will work right when it's needed, or not. Do we need to amputate? No. I'm just not going... I refuse to go to the... I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't have my... today. All right, here's how today went. My phone, for the last few days, the home button's broken. I couldn't figure out how to work it for a little while with the home button broken until I figured out that if I pressed enough things, like the volume button, the power button, and jerked it around a bit, it finally brought up the screen for me to hit my pin pad into the phone. So I put my pin in, and then I was like, there's got to be an assistive touch of some sort. So the last few days, it's been assistive touch instead of a home button. All right, so today I go to the Apple Store finally. What I don't know what I was supposed to do with you. Did I not read? No, nothing. I scan this. I can't purchase it. All right, not this person. So I went to the I called them today saying I've got a chance to be over there to have the phone looked at because I've done nothing wrong. It's only a year old, and then they started saying Water damage. I'm like, oh, let's not even get into that. So I get over there. They say I don't have an appointment and all this stuff. And I was like, I called and you just said come in. You didn't say anything about an appointment. Like, we always make appointments. I was just like, I am so not in the mood for this. And then they took my money and my phone is working again. And so I thought that was the worst of it. My son went to get back in the car because it was getting later. And I told him to hurry up. It was my fault that, because I was telling him to hurry up because I wanted, it's past his bedtime already, because I was over there trying to just, and I was already in a, not the best mood, and I wanted to just be able to, more people had to take my money to fix things that didn't need to break. When he was hurrying up, he put it, like, you know where the door jamb is for the back door? He put his hand, like, at the door jamb and went to slam the door really fast. And I noticed last second, like, that's what he was about to do, that he was about to slam his hand in the door. So I pushed his hand out of the door jamb and my finger got caught in it instead. And now he feels bad. And my finger is torn to shreds. I don't think it's broken. Honestly, I would suck it up, and I don't have the insurance to go to the hospital over this, and I don't have the money. But I don't think it's broken. But it's only getting more swollen, and it's only hurting more. So, and the phone that I had just gotten fixed. The phone was in between this finger and the door jamb, and there was no padding right there. So instead of your finger bending in the door jamb, the phone made sure it stayed straight and then it jammed it backwards. So I took 2 seconds of feeling it. Bone bruise or fracture. Everyone place your bets. Because I can't be a break. I can't afford a break. That cannot be a break. I cannot have broken it. There's no way. It hurts like a motherfucker. I cannot afford that. Son of a bitch. I cannot have broken my finger. I play games, make a bunch of calls and type for a live. It's gotta be bone bruise or fracture. It has to. But it's still swelling. And it's been 2 hours. Has it been 2 hours? It's been 2 hours and it's getting bigger. I've had to rewrap it twice now. It's still getting bigger. With usually a bone bruise, it stops and it just hurts. So I'm getting antsy. Anyway, so now I'm just doing this. I'm running around doing quests and stuff. I'm praying for Bruce because I can't. I can't. I'm not unwrapping this shit. I'm not unwrapping it again until it's ready. No, I've already. It hurts badly enough doing this job twice, because that's not. That's how big it's getting underneath there. I didn't do like multiple layers. That's just enough to hold everything on there. That finger's getting huge. Of course I made, because my son was feeling awful. He was like, "Daddy, you hurt?" I was like, "I can take a lot of pain, little boy." I'm sitting there grinning and bearing. I was like, "I can't take a lot. I got to, because I'm telling him I gotta take a lot of pain." Then we're going home and he's trying to check on me. And he felt bad because I was pushing his hand out of the door jamb, because he would have slammed his hand hard in that door. He would have slammed it hard. Maybe my instinct should have been like to call out. We're telling this. I don't know. I didn't mean. I don't know. Parent instinct kicked in, and I just wanted to get his hand out of the way. I can't even say I thought about that. I didn't really think very much. It just happened. Just I saw his hand in, that he was about to slam his hand full-fledged, like his whole palm of his hand, in the wrong part of the door. That's all I saw. So I pushed his hand into the door, and my finger was in it instead. Well, the rest of them were too kind of. I can't. I'm pissed. I'm not at him. I can't. I can't press the thing. I can't press the thing. What happens with the next RE2 challenge? What happens? What happens? Like I can't. It better be okay. It better be fine. All right. So if we do I'm just chilling tonight. I meant to get on here actually and do Mario Maker 2, or I meant to pull a game off the shelf, or I meant to do PS Now. Yeah, adapt and overcome. I'm getting used to middle finger right this very second. To click all this stuff over here on this left side that's lighting up right now, that's the middle finger. Let me warm up with the middle finger on here now. And then we'll see. But when I move my middle finger, it hurts it's moving my middle finger is hurting this one too though, so so we're just taking a break tonight from the worst. Oh. Yeah. Oh, Chaz and Chad. Something's here, but I am a hurting mess, and I decided I was gonna wait to see what's happening because I opened up. There's a box. There's an envelope, and I could see who it was addressed to. And there's a box. I started opening, and I saw that there is the first thing off the wish list. I don't know what it is, but something. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Both of you. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow when I feel a bit better. I mean, when I feel a bit better, I'm gonna wait. Just give me a sec to. Just give me. Today was not my day. Today was just not my day. It was one of those days. Ever had one of those days? I had one of those days. And today was not my day. Oh God. Hey, L, Emma, Eric, Lori, Unknown King. How do I like, Visage? Oh, I really fucking like Visage. Visage is probably one of the best horror games I've played in a long time. Hey, GJD, what's going on? Yeah, today is definitely one of the, you guys see me still skipping a lot of cutscenes, but look what, oh, dag gummit! I can't press the buttons like I need to. Alright. You see, I'm my little pony, my little pony. I can actually fly in this area now. So wherever I need to go, I don't care. It's a short little distance. I just wanted to show that I can fly. I'm the little things. I look like a badass. I can fly. Also, if anyone else knows about this game, I'm gonna get to fucking level 80, the new cap, without even getting all the way through the level 70 content. I'm gonna actually have to start leveling Gunblade or Gunbreaker or Dragoon in this, just so that I. Where the hell is this? Deliver the magic to Alphon. Hey, Joy. Hey, gaming. Hey, Vixen. What's going on? East Dad. What's going on, guys? Vixen. That sounds like a week to. Oh. There's a song about this. I think it's something about just one of them days. But, oh, I know where I have to go. Take me there. Wait, wasn't I just... Take me underground. Does this not transport me underground? This better transport me underground. Did I not take this one the first time? Oh. Hey, Carl. God, it hurts. But I wanted to get on here because I skipped yesterday. But, I'm sorry if I seem like a wuss. It really fucking hurts. I just figured this... usually not. I'm so glad Rowan's finally asleep because when he wasn't asleep, I didn't want to like show anything like anything was going on. I didn't want to show anything was going on. And now that he's asleep, I'm finally like, yes, I'm allowed to let it hurt. But all right. Hey, look, look at the level quest I'm on, 67. The hell, what the actual hell? I need to get through it all faster, and I'm gonna finally do the duty. I'm gonna say duty. Anyone need a tank for that? That needs tank. Trials need a tank. Let me test this out on a trial. Oh boy. No, I'll figure it out. I've already taken some painkillers. It's fine. I'll get over it. I'll stop being a bitch ass little baby about it. I might just have to take a break to rewrap it because it's already feels like it's been 2 hours. When is it supposed to stop swelling up? Can it stop? Can it stop for a hot sec? Oh, wait, I have to get right back off to head out. Cool. I just wanted to stop. Hey, Trayvon! Just like a hot sec. Even a cold sec would be fine. Oh, I didn't go to the place I wanted to, did I? Whatever kind of sec would make it stop. I hope you can too, Chris. The dream I had about buttermilk ranch chicken tenders. Cat, that is strange. Yeah, I've done things like that too. It's fine. I probably could have, like, I don't know, not rushed them and helped out the situation tremendously. I wanted us to get home. I had him out way too late while I was waiting for the guys at the Apple store to decide if they were going to stop trying to... I don't know, but fuck. Why is that the first thing I thought? I was trying to wait for them to stop... decide to stop butt fucking me. They weren't using lube! I came up with a solution and it still costs a good bit of money. Did I just pick up the game for Shadowbringers? I haven't played for a while. I have played for just about a month now. Hey, Danny. Uh-oh. Alright, how do I have to go to the other side? My mount can fly no higher. Uh-oh. This is me being lazy. What's the fastest? Oh, it's free for me to go there. I just gotta float in midair. I didn't just get it for Shadowbringers, but I was hoping to have something leveled up for Shadowbringers. I didn't realize getting through the main storyline quests were going to be... Oh, come on. Come on, computer. I need you to do things too back there. Don't make me keep... I don't want to keep moving the mouse. Just do your thing back there, please, without me having to babysit you. Thank you. I have to turn around and remember to hit the mouse. How am I doing, Danny? I'm not gonna say how I'm doing all the way yet again for a little bit. Shitty day today, but I'll save the sob story for a little later when it has been like 2 seconds since I said it. It's a shit day. I'll open the pack. Oh, I'll totally open the packages. Just tomorrow. I'll totally tomorrow. Okay. And by the way, people put in hey, look at that. People put in the comments of me part of the community post mentioning that that I accidentally put on that wish list 64 gigs of RAM instead of doing 32 at a higher speed. I know better. Of course I need to do that. They also suggested AMD Ryzen for a processor. I'm going to look into it, but the reason that I've got the parts on there that I have is just in case I want to turn it into a Hackintosh, so that I can do double duty in case I actually am starting to get that many videos out. I can switch over and make it into a Hackintosh. And I can have two videos processing, or two computers processing, and then switch it back to Windows. And I know that's the parts needed to be able to do something like that. Oh, fuck me. I've never done Nidhogg oh no. But Mac, the new Mac Pro coming out supposedly is gonna be using the AMD processor. So I'm gonna actually look into switching that part of the wish list. Oh no, I might be screwed. I've never tried to get through Nidhogg on like standard shit. Uh-oh. I don't actually know what he does. Just to get it off of my quest finder, I busted through him as a what am I doing? I haven't even put like damage over time on him. Just to get him off my, I need to turn it down for you guys too. Yoink. To get it off of my duty finder, to get it off of my duty finder, I did it as a as an unsynced group. So it was a bunch of people like level 70 to 80 taking this guy down fast, and he still was a pain in the ass. So I'm a little paranoid about this guy at the moment. He's a big dragon. You have to fight him twice. Uh-oh. I'm gonna assume that I have to grab one of these. Alright. Bring him in the center. Cool. AoE, I'm a spinny little paladin. Oh, wait, I'm not hitting the right buttons. Come on, fingers. Alright, hit the right buttons. Hit the right buttons. We can do this. We got this. We can do this. Just hit the correct ones. Oh. Come on. Oh, he's actually that. Oh, that's why. I got this guy. Alright, what does he do? Uh-oh. What happens here? I don't know. It couldn't even hurt me before. Now I'm scared of it all. There we go. See, Nidhogg looks like a dragoon because he took over a dragoon's body to get back. You have to kill him twice in this game. Hey, fingers. Yay! Yay, middle finger is working out, kind of. My inclination keeps it. This is kind of humorous to me at this point. My inclination keeps being to to go ahead and hit it. Like I keep wanting to like hit the trigger and then it just bumps into it. All right. What do we got going on? Hey, Jose. Oh, I'm letting the Gunbreaker take it. You know, the guy that's acting like Squall Leonhardt? He looks like he's having fun. I don't want to screw it up because I'm being sucky. I'm not doing too badly. It's only taking a hot sec to getting used to using him. Ah, shit! To getting used to using a middle finger instead. This is doable. This is totally. I'll be some damage / a pseudo healer. Why not? I keep forgetting I actually have clemency. See, look, clemency, boom. Now he's back as a dragon. Puff the magic dragon. Never knew that was about drugs when I was younger. Never knew. Had no inclination that that was actually about... Like, I never knew. I never knew. And, like, I had no idea. I was a very innocent child. How was one to know? I had no idea that it was oh wait, are my are my pop-ups on screen not working? I think I saw one not work. Someone subscribed and I didn't see something happen. Those pop-ups better not make me fight with them. I will fight. I will put up a good fight too. Hey, this isn't hard. What's his face in his ways doing? Whoa, hi there. I'm just surprised how quickly it took me for all of this not to be confusing. How about this? And he's gone. Gone, and I gained another level. Did the pop-up? The pop-up didn't come up, did it? Nothing did. Yay! I have a new level. Just go ahead and leave that. Oh, I will fight with that alert box. Me and the alert box, we're about to fisticuffs, bro. I'm clicking hard. I'm clicking. Now, alert box. I want you to replay that alert. I want you to show it on the screen. I'm telling you right now, alert box. I'm the boss here. I'm the one who... I'm the video game boy. I'm the one who wins. I can play it right now. You play that shit right now. You didn't play it. You didn't play it. You're an asshole. I'm gonna go to the other place I can do it from. Yeah, it is such an ass. It's like no, I'll totally work for you. I'm like, are you gonna work for me, really? It's like no. I got this for you. It's like tonight. Like I got you tonight. And then I'm like, are you sure you got me tonight? Because like you've got me for the last few nights, and you were working the last few nights. And usually when you work for a few nights, then you don't work for a little while. No, brah. That was different. That was different, brah. Like, now I'm really gonna work, though. I'm gonna test a subscriber. No. I just tried to subscribe to my own channel and it didn't pop up. Darkness, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, that was me. No, brah. No, I'm gonna work this time. Me and this alert box. Oh, we have fun. We do. We have fun. We have fun. I love it. When I fight with it, I just pretend it's like a real person, but whatever person pissed me off today. So like it's just a it's cool. We're buddies. We're buddies. Test it again. Come on. Do it. Do fucking do it. Settle. At this point, it doesn't even matter at this point, does it? Hey, Rowena. I'm a. Yeah! I got it working! Ha 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 ha! Willow, did you? Yeah, well. Okay, it's working again now. I did it. I beat it. For once, I beat the alert box. Holy shit. I can't believe I did a thing. I can't believe I did a thing. I figured you did, Willow. I figured you did. Hey, that means that Carlos has subscribed. Finally, it will replay and he'll do it for realsies. Because he subscribed during the stream so far. So, like, that's a real thing. Blink! Did that one too. I'm all over this shit. When are we gonna get the fixing the alert box? I've got, you know what? You know what's really bad? I am so used to the alert box going down, I have so many different quick fixes for it. And not so quick. But like I'm that used to it going down. And I don't know if it's a Streamlabs thing or it's gotta be a Streamlabs because I don't have anything else differently set up and whatnot. But it's gotta be. It can't be that bad. I'm doing my best. Hey, Pierre. All right. Oh boy. So I'm level 78 now. I'm going to cap out at level 80 before I actually get to level 80 content. I'm gonna do it. I know I am. It's not gonna take much more. It's gonna take the duty finder, like 1 or 2 more. Like whatever. Oh, tanks needed for main scenario. Oh, fuck me. All right. No, I'll get the main scenario out of the way. It gives the most. But then after I get to 80 with this, what should I do next? Should I, because leveling up something else will be really, really fun. Monk! It's been a hot minute. What's going on, Monk? Hey! And I got your headphones on right now, too. Thank you again for that. I'm searching. There we go. Oh boy. I think we gotta go get some water. I made actually I made a few bad decisions today. Let's start with the other bad decisions. And by the way, we already figured out last time that the screen was too dark for this game, so I made just for this game a filter thing. Video capture device. I made a filter just for this game, that's right. Boink. I know, it looks a little weird. But it's the best, because I didn't want to change all my preferences just for this when it's showing up just fine on everything else. It's so long. You moved to an apartment and rent is a bitch and oh, yeah. I understand rent. Right there with you, bruh. Rent is... And not the musical. That would be nice rent. Oh God! Hi.
Oh my God! I'm like a goddamn gigolo, ready to burst.
It's turned up a little too loud.
No, 3 more minutes at least.
Show that alert box. Who's bus making your? It wouldn't show the profane. Everyone, hashtag Danny. Thank you so much. Oh. What do we say? You've gotten stronger. Cool. I'll flatter because I don't give a shit. I am only like the brevity of what I know is happening in this storyline right now because of wanting to get through it so fast. Like A Realm Reborn, got it, cool. Heaven's Ward, like really, actually, it was much better than A Realm Reborn. Then we got into this, which is not Hey!
I'm like a goddamn gigolo ready to burst, and she's saying no. 3 more minutes at least.
Hi.
Hi, Mike. Everyone, hashtag Mike. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Everyone, hashtag Mike. Yeah, and by the way, tomorrow there's gonna be more. Everyone who wants to watch it and keep up with the game that just started up. That was just the intro. That's literally the intro. Getting into actually chapter 1 of it, like Lucy's story. The first part of that is also tomorrow, as well as I'm very much considering putting up the other part I've got of Claire B when I was a noob playing it. But the game that I've got up right now, that indie game, I decided to pick it up because apparently it was greenlit. It had Kickstarter. It had a lot of things going for it. Then it came out with a chapter 2, and like the reviews for it were like, this is fucking amazing. And so I decided, okay, this is something I gotta play if people are saying it like that. I went into it completely blind, not realizing that it was like they took notes off of PT and like Allison, whatever that game is. And that opening is pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. But that, if you're looking for more Visage, keep up with Visage, because that looks real good. But like, that was simply the opening, and like it was, holy smokes for Visage. Holy smokes for Visage. I'm trying to get to God of War. Visage got more views than the last. People apparently just don't want to watch God of War on my channel, even though it's got a good story behind it. I'm gonna keep going at it, but probably a slower pace. I put up another one. People didn't. But I put up Visage. It's like, and it's truly terrifying. There is no hyperbole in there. Anyone think that that's hyperbole?
My dick's falling off.
Whoa! Hey, Joy.
Colors to wrap your finger in. Fetish red. LMAO team mod for life.
Team mod for life. By everyone hashtag Joy. I'm getting that shirt up very soon. Of Team mod. That is after I get the videos processing. That is tomorrow's goal, other than I was gonna do some other things, but maybe I won't. If this is gonna keep swelling, I don't want to run with it. God. But everyone hashtag Joy. Thank you so much, Joy. By the way, this is a colorful romp through this story if you guys haven't seen it. Choo choo, bitches! See this train? Choo choo! Choo choo! Anyway, I don't know why God of War is not doing it, but I'm still gonna get through it. But Visage is doing well enough, of course. And it's been a while since I played a good horror game like that. Holy smokes! That opening. If I had to make PT into a game, and I had to think of, okay, I'm gonna make everything I heard in like the radio messages and everything into a game and like PT. Holy crap, are they nailing it? Holy crap. Holy crap. That opening. This is one of the first times I've ever I sat there and I thought, you know, there's always a warning at the beginning of scary games that it might be graphic or any kind of content like that. This is one of the first times I ever saw the warning. Didn't really think too much about the warning. Saw the opening and decided that I actually needed to open up the real video with like a quick still of the screen that says warning. Like, I don't know the last time I've actually done a video that was like, that I was like, I have to keep the warning of the opening in there. But holy smokes. And by the way, how did I record Visage? Alright. Not tomorrow's project, but the day after that is to clean up this cord clusterfuck. Guys, I'm researching, and if I decide on a different motherboard and CPU, and if someone were to randomly actually get the CPU on there, I wouldn't fucking complain at all. I can make it work. But people did make suggestions that the wish list on there for the computer. I think they just didn't realize that I want to be able to make it into also being able to boot up Mac, just in case I want to put Final Cut Pro X on there also and export in 2 computers, and then also run games. But the reason the second computer is supposed to be there so I can live stream with you guys computer games also. Listen to this jury-rigged bullshit. I figured out that the Elgato doesn't like the analog from the computer, but I made it fucking work. And the computer wouldn't put HDMI audio out to it. So there's a fuck ton of long cords to my right here. And I took the computer that you guys are watching everything off of right now that's handling all the streaming stuff. And I got it to the Elgato that's hooked up to the Mac Pro over there. And then spliced the shit out of audio cords until the Elgato picked that up. Synced it all up. And then because it was the computer only having to run the game at full specs without having to stream it with you guys, I could actually run a PC game and record it over there. I'm proud of myself for figuring that shit out. I am super proud of myself. I want to, yeah, Michael, you're, yeah, I have, I've made 3 Hackintoshes now. The processor that's up there absolutely is supported by iOS, but the new cheese grater Mac Pro that is coming out this fall, they're finally fucking bringing back the cheese grater Mac Pro. They're finally fucking bringing it back. Holy shit, did we all need that? Holy shit, will that make my processes a lot easier if I could... I need like 1 or 2 more PCIe slots in there, and my Mac Pro doesn't have that. Holy shit. But because they're bringing it back, they're changing up their format a little bit with Macs. And they are using AMD. And someone informed me that yes, the new ones are switching from Intel to AMD. So I'm going to look it up. Michael, you're right. Both Michaels are here. Michael, you're right about I have to look at the recommended for the, but I've got to make sure it's the CPUs they're going to support with the new Mac Pro also. Whatever it is going to be powerful enough to run to. I basically just need a second PC so I can do live streams of like games with you guys. Because I really would love to you know what one of the things I would like to do? I would like to have like shitty game nights where we literally go on where we're gonna go on Steam. What I want to do is I want to go on Steam, or I want to go on oh, I forgot the name of the site all of a sudden. Some of the sites that the site that where you can go and get user-made games, and literally just sit there and get games, load them up, and try to play them and see if they're even playable. But I had that idea for a stream about 2 years ago. I literally just tried to run not even Streamlabs OBS, just straight up OBS and a crappily made Game Jolt game, and my computer literally crashed. So yeah, and a second PC would make it so this is jury-rigged bullshit. You should see the cords over here. I made it work. I am so happy I made this work. I am so proud of myself for this. Now, I'm not going to be proud of myself once I'm finished with Visage and I need to get this all hooked up properly again. Because I can't record anything else with this bullshit. There's a bajillion chords. Yeah, I don't, yeah, I know they are. I just wasn't aware that, I wasn't aware Mac was making the actual official switch to AMD. What I have up there is pretty much the best Mac Pro you could make right now. I didn't realize that they were officially supporting AMD. So, with that said, making a Hackintosh, I also don't know which AMD motherboards there I could actually change into a Hackintosh. You see the problem there? It's not just the processor, it's also that some motherboards you'll get nothing working off of it. And then it's useless. You got the best processor and graphics card, and then you can't do anything with it. Oh, anyone that wants to learn more about making a Hackintosh, go to Tony Mac. Just look up Tony Mac Hackintosh. Tony Mac X86, I think it is. If you want to see the specs I got for the wish list, literally look up Tony Mac X86 and go see what the new recommended, tried and true tested best specs for a Mac Pro are by the Hackintosh community, and you'll see what that is pretty much what I have up on the wish list. So that I can pull double duty, finally be the computer that could run full games and also be a second exporting computer. I don't want to use a crazy expensive setup. Yeah, I rigged up my Elgato to another computer. Dude, I am not okay. Let me. I'm gonna be. Ha! Fuck! Son of a bitch! Sorry. Just bumped it into the side of the desk while I went to go grab something. This is gonna get in my way. It's gonna just piss me off. It's gonna piss me off. I hate it when things get in my way like that just from being... Like, this is just a fucking inconvenience. And I'll get over it. I'll do my shit still, but I'm just... I'm fucking tired of shit going wrong in my life. Like, seriously, I was already there because my phone wouldn't work. As soon as I get my phone working, I fuck up my finger, and I slammed the phone in the door with the finger. That's why my finger couldn't bend. Otherwise, my finger would have been fine. No, it was literally, like, it was solid phone finger, so my finger couldn't bend into the door jamb. Yeah, I couldn't even do it right and get in the padded part of the car door. You know, there's insulation, like the insulated part of car doors. There's the, you know, so there's a tight seal for weather sealing. There's the weather sealing. I keep saying insulation, weather sealing. That would have helped it out. Oh no, I did it right near the lock. I did it properly, right near the lock. But that's where Rowan's hand was, so there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could do that. I can't get it checked out. I don't have the money. My insurance is the lowest form of Obamacare insurance, and they just upped it $200 a month because when you're self-employed, they didn't believe me on my tax transcripts that I was making enough to get a subsidiary. So they said next year they'll give me a refund, but for right now, I need to pay an extra $200 a month for healthcare. I can't afford that shit, but I'm having to. And then my deductible is so high. No, unless this thing is straight up broken and I can... If it's just a fracture, I could bend it before I did it up. I could bend it. So, no. I could bend the major knuckle, like, joint. So if it's, like, fractured... If it's fractured, like, here, pretty much, on this finger, if it's fractured there, I don't give a shit. Just let it heal up on its own. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'll just suck up the pain. Like, what are they gonna do to me? Give me painkillers and then I can't fucking do my job as a dad or on this? Today was just a bad day. I'm sorry, I don't mean to rant. Today was just a... Yeah, exactly, Michael. You can't go to the doctor without going broke, pretty much. And honestly, it's just... And I mean, what are they really gonna do? I can still bend the joint on it. It just hurts like no fucking tomorrow. So, like, you know... But, I mean, like, it's one of those, what are they gonna do type deals. Alright, does everyone realize that I've got this guy on lockdown so he can't do things? Come on, everyone. Please attack him. Does everyone realize that I have him actually... He resisted the stun. I'm on the wrong list. Does no one realize that I actually stunned him out of his damage lock? Did every damage dealer not realize I cheated the system here? All right, we'll just kill him. We don't really need their help. Yep. Yep, exactly, Chaz. And I refuse to take painkillers unless I feel like I'm dying. I refuse to take painkillers. I refuse. What if something happens with my son? What if I'm on painkillers and my son does the same shit? You know? Like, what if my reflexes were too slow to get his hand out of the way of the door? Because his hand was flush full. It wouldn't have hit his finger. It would have hit his palm right here. That's parts of your hand that when they break... You don't get full function of your hand back sometimes. Like what? Like if I had been on painkillers and his hands like that, I would never have had the reaction time to get his hand out of the way. Like I can't take shit like that, and then on top of that, like it just puts you so out of it that you can't get work done efficiently. So anyway, Monk, hey. Well, thanks for stopping on by. It's been so long, Monk. Thanks for stopping on by. Yeah, well, my dad, the one that chose to be my dad would have done the same thing for me as I did for mine, but the one that I was born by would have stuck my hand in the door and slammed it, and said that's what you deserve for ever putting your hand there. Didn't it hurt? I mean, my biological father. I broke my ribs. I straight up had jacked up ribs, and he let everyone bear hug me because he thought I was just being a wuss and a shy little wuss, and I didn't get any care or anything about it until I got back into Georgia. I'm in Michigan in pain, and no one gives a shit. So, yeah, that was my biological father, but that's not the one who raised me. Well, Michael, thank you for being here. Oh, procrastinating workout? I did that today, too. That's the other part of... That's my own self-inflicted. I made my day bad. Instead of getting up and running this morning, I decided to get things done. And then I did too many things. And I got my workout and my run in a little too late. So instead of running in about 75 degree heat... It was like 92, 93. Here's a bit of advice. Don't do that. I slowed it down. The best I could do was like 10-minute miles, 10 and a half. It was 10 and a half minutes on the way back. Like the best I could do was a 10-minute mile, but this is no joke. I weighed myself before I left. Just because it was a normal time. Did he not grab everyone and jump over the edge? I weighed myself before I left. Just because I weigh myself every day at just to keep up with progress and everything at 11 o'clock. So I have like I know what I weighed. doing that run, 1.6 pounds gone. Running at that time of the day. I chugged water. I'm still down almost 2 pounds from when I weighed myself earlier today. That was fucking insane. I should not run with a set. Yeah, Michael's on Krypton. Yeah, the real father stepped it. Yeah. Oh yeah. My dad, the one that if I ever say my dad, the one I call my dad, that's my real father. In fact, I say he's my real father because he's not my stepdad. He adopted me. He asked my brother and I permission to adopt us, and then my biological father did sign over the rights so that my stepdad could adopt us as his real children. So my legal real parents are the mom I came out of, and also who at one point was my stepdad for a short time, became my real father. So yeah, that is the he stepped up. That would be my dad. Oh boy. Oh. What I was going to show you guys before I hit my finger was the clusterfuck of chords that made it happen so I could record Visage for you guys and actually run it full specs from this computer and record it from my Mac Pro. My Mac Pro is set up to record from consoles only at the moment because the Mac Pro OBS doesn't work with an Elgato. And until we get the new cheese grater coming out in the fall, Elgato doesn't support the capture cards. So I can't get, like, this camera, I can't get the other one. I can't stream anything from the Mac. And I like Mac better anyway for doing the other work that I do. It's more streamlined for me. But I do... That is the one I capture, like, PS4 gameplay and everything off of with my better DSL camera that's hooked up to it. But this clusterfuck of chords. Oh yeah, I've always said if I can, and I've never once joked or meant anything. This is not to put him up on a pedestal, because putting someone up on a pedestal to me always makes it sound like that you took who they were and then you dramatized it. That's what I think of when I think of putting someone on a pedestal. I literally, when Facebook first came out, it was like, hey, put a little... Anyone remember like 2003, 2004, or 2005, when Facebook came out and like only colleges, you had to have a college email. Back then when the layout was really messed up, they asked for like a little slogan about yourself. And mine was... If I can become half the man my father is, I'll be a step above my whole generation. Which I still 100% believe. I think I'm in a pretty shitty generation of when it comes to duty. And that's not to put anyone specifically down. I just think that we're in a generation where people just don't feel like they owe something. Like working, I think we're living in a generation where a lot of people believe that just working a normal job and trying to do this, that, and the other, like that is a good enough anything. There's not a sense of like going the extra mile, taking the extra step. And when you find people like that, you always think that they're extraordinary, but you go back a generation, two generations actually. I'm talking about like 40s adults, I'm a 1940s, 1950s adults. You go back then, and there is a sense of you hear just time and time again that sense of you have such great things, you have to do something to earn it, and it's more than just your job. That's just a given. Working every day is a given. having to go through the struggle of doing everything, that's a given. And many times that it resulted in like service. You saw a lot more people that believed there were great wars being fought where many people were dying and they still thought this were. But now it's almost it's this entitled generation. Where people think that they're entitled to something simply because it was something that was close enough that they could have had. And I'm sitting here going, but you're not even entitled. You're not entitled to the clothes on your back and the food on your plate. Like you work for everything, you earn it, and we forget that, especially people that live in America, people that live in a lot of European nations, that we're living in places that are very much the civilization. We're not seeing war right outside our door. And there's a reason for that. And maybe we don't like all the politics behind it. Maybe we don't like all this stuff. But like, when did we earn that part? Like, did working your 9 to 5 earn the fact that you don't have to walk out the door and wonder if a mortar is going to land outside? That like there are people in other places that literally they try to live a normal life and they remember when a month ago how that building got destroyed because of a compound that was supposedly there. So like, you know, so I, and it irks me only because you see people, and my dad, not biological, but my dad is a good example of somebody who served in Vietnam, knew he was going to probably get drafted, so he chose to be a Marine. He didn't wait for the draft to get him. He worked his whole life for his kids and a wife that didn't appreciate him before my mom. Then he worked his ass off and stuck by my mom's side knowing she had multiple sclerosis. Gets cancer, gets all these other things, is still working into his 70s. And like, it's just, and all of it there is like, because that's what you do. Like, for him, if you ask him, you do it. Why? Because that's what you do. And I know so many people, it's hard for me to think of people who think that that's just the reasoning that you should have. But I mean, for him, it's just like, oh, that's what you do. And so, I don't know. So, like, you know, for example, I mean, when I helped, you know, I told you guys a week or two ago, I helped push a car. It looked like it was some younger guy who had probably never had his car breaking down, and he was stuck in the middle of a major intersection. And I parked over at a CVS and ran across the intersection and told him that I would push the car for him, which I paid for. You know, I was sore for a little while, and pushed it until we got it down the street a bit, went around a curve, and then got into a bank parking lot, and then I was like, all right, and you got someone on the way? You got things going on? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, good. And like, I didn't ask his name. He didn't ask mine. Like, and what was the game company? That was Ninja Theory. And so like, and so but I mean, that was just normal for me. Like, that was like, I was looking around and I was realizing no one's going to end up helping him. And like, this is like an issue and he looks like he doesn't know what to do. So like, it was like a last second, like I swerved a bit to have to get to the CVS. And you know, the CVS is on one corner. He's down the street and the other corner. And I stopped and did that. And I said that, and I'm teaching my son that, but 100 cars must have passed at least. Any one of them could have stopped too. And it's just, it's like, what the fuck? Like, why did it have to be waiting for me to come along? There were plenty of people. And why was I the only one pushing that car? There was a sidebar, no one had to actually park at the CVS. Everything was stopped enough that you could have parked. Like, why was I the only one out there? Like, it's because, you know, and I told Rowan, you know, I didn't feel like doing it. I said all that, but there's also, it's what you do. Like, it's what you do. Like, what's the reason you did? Are you looking at, no, it's because it's what you do. And why do you do it? Because there are so many other things that we just get to have just because of where we live and how we live and where we were born. I mean, he was fucking driving. Let's just put it in perspective. He has a car to drive. He looks like he's some teenager, barely old enough. It doesn't look like he's probably got his own job that can afford it. And he's driving a nicer car than I do. He didn't earn that fucking car. When there are many places, many places that a beater car is the nicest thing that you're going to get in your life. Or it's just like, hey, let's just, you know, walk. And I'm just, oh no. I'm saying all this because it's just reminding me, like, it's just, there's just shit you do. And I remember getting out of college, and there are some things about my life that I don't talk about much, but I don't talk about, there's a little gap where, you know, because my reasons I don't feel were pure enough. So I don't ever, and I don't like saying everything that happened. So I don't rehash and tell the story. But, you know, there's a gap where I paid my dues and my service too. Maybe it was not necessarily for the exact reasons that I'm talking about of it's just what you do. But at the end of the day, even if I felt like I was running from hurt that I couldn't handle here, from having a friend die and having a lot of other things that just happened, and having another tragedy that I also don't talk about, even if it kind of felt like running, at the same time, I ran to some place where I felt like it was like, this is where I pay my dues for living in a free country. And there wasn't like, when I go back and think about it, it's like, okay, I could have run by going across country. I could have just moved states. I could have done this. I could have done that. I could have just changed phone numbers and addresses and all these other things. I could have run if I was really going to run. So, I mean, at least there's some credit to that. But I understand also, now that I've seen it with my own eyes, what it fucking looks like when a family's trying to go to work and they're literally looking at somebody who used to be their neighbor and they're dead on the street. Like, that's fucked up. But it's literally like they realize that the fighting is over and they see it, and they still have to get up and try to make something of their life. And then you come home to this bullshit where no one will stop and fucking push a car. Are you fucking kidding me? I was the only one pushing that fucking car? So then people say things like, you know, good dad, or that's just what a dad does, or things like that. And I talk about being a dad all the time because I'm really proud. I was doing my jog today and it was way too hot outside. And while it was way too hot outside, all I kept thinking was, if I was telling my son the next sprint, because I was doing it instead of a long run, I decided to break it up into sprints. Pretty much I was like, from one mailbox to the next is walk. And then I'll like do like way far down, pick a landmark and tell Rowan, okay, we're going to run to that. And then I'll give him a tiny little break where he can take 10 to 15 seconds, whatever. And all I thought in my head was, I can't fucking tell my son to be able to do something like this when daddy can't even suck it up. Get off your ass. I know it's hot. It's your own damn fault. I would tell my son it's his own fault if we had to run for that too. You know, so literally the inner monologue I had going on in my head was, just fucking do it, because you would tell your son to do it. Don't tell your son to do something you won't do. Fucking move your feet. And then And then I sit here and I'm talking about he has to earn being able to even use a Switch. He has to earn things that he does. That I talk to him in public the same way I would in private. I don't want him to fear me. I sound like a mean dad sometimes, but then again, people are hearing the fact that I'm not telling him you better wait until we get in the car because I don't want him to fear me in the car. I want him to know the same dad that's with him in the mall is the same dad in the car. He does something wrong in the mall, I address it right then and there. That's when I address it. And it's the same voice I would use in public or private. And I tried to tell him about life and death because he has to view it. I tried to tell him about good morals. I tell him about my mistakes so he doesn't make the same ones. I tell him all these things, and then people put me on a pedestal for being a good dad. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people when that's not the norm? Is that really not the norm? I'm the baseline. Like, I'm the fucking baseline of a dad. If that's not the baseline, then what the fuck are we doing as a society? And then if the baseline isn't a few guys join me to push a car, what the hell are we doing for each other when we just think that we just get all of this for free? This is just freebie shit. You don't get to see fighting in your backyard because it's freebie shit. It's bullshit. You didn't earn it. You didn't earn it because you just paid taxes. That's not earning it. Going out of your way to help your fellow man, that's how you start earning it. So you don't take for granted the fact that not everyone gets it the way you get it. I'm just a baseline dad. I'm a baseline person for helping out other people. I'm not some fucking saint or savior. I have plenty of things wrong with me. Why the fuck am I treated as if I'm doing something special when in fact that's what's wrong with this generation? If I'm treated like I'm doing something special when it's just the thing I should be doing, that's fucked up. Ha. Hey. And then when I said, like, you guys said good dad because I said I pushed my son's hand out of the way at the door. Of course. It's my son. It's my son. Like, I know you guys were just saying good dad or everything right now. I wasn't looking for praise for that part, but it's my son. Like, are there really dads that wouldn't do that? Is that a thing? Is that a real thing? Really? Like, there are dads that wouldn't take a hit for their kid? They didn't want to be born. You decided to go off and play God. You went off and played God and they got put on this earth. Like, for fuck's sake. They didn't ask for this. You're supposed to teach them and raise them and protect them. And I'm a good dad for doing my job? That's the baseline. I'm just so pissed so lately. And I know, it's the exact thing. I'm like anger tears at this point. It's the exact thing why I'm still going to a therapist right now. I'm not used to being angry. I am not used to being angry. I'm not used to it. I used to suck it up all the time. And then when I figured out borderline, that I could have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, but my brother stepped in, and then I've just been through so many other things, and then if I ever got angry, then I would have to start blaming myself that maybe he wouldn't be dead if I didn't listen to that. I have a regret about my own service. And I think that there's somebody who would be alive that's a good person if I had just not taken an order. And that was put on me. And and then on top of that, all the things, and it just turned into sadness and blaming and all this. And now I've got someone that's like, you're allowed to be angry, but you have to figure out how to be angry. And I'm not handling the idea of being angry. Like, I'm learning how to be angry. And I didn't realize that it just causes this. It's so infuriating. And then it just, it envelops and it's hard. This is not the way I have ever lived, but apparently the way I was living was not healthy because I was sitting there having a wife cheat on me and I'm still sitting there, you know, of course he's trying to work it out for a child, but then at some point, like, instead of sitting there and trying to say, like, you'll pretty much forgive anything, there's some anger is allowed. And for, like, having a shitty biology, some anger is allowed. For having somebody order you to kill someone else and they didn't deserve it, some anger is allowed. Like, there's anger allowed in your life. And there's anger allowed that Katie blamed me for dying, and I was almost there. There's all this anger that's allowed, and I never allowed myself to be angry. And then I never realized that part of that was helping me not be have a disorder that I wouldn't have ever dealt with properly. And then I start learning how to be angry, and then I'm just realizing that I'm always angry at the world because so many fucked up people, and I'm just as screwed up. But come on, can't we just figure out some baseline good, whatever faith, religion, walk of life? Can't there just be a few baseline? Just one or two? So, like, you know...
Don't believe me? Look at my resume. 30 years experience and check it off.
Darkness, we are here for you. Take a step back and breathe. On side note, love the shirt I got from you. Also, you do your ultimate best from everything we've heard.
Ooh. Thank you, White Shade. You're right. You're right. I even forgot my finger was hurting for a sec. Ooh. You're right, breather. Alright, it's not even gonna be 5 minutes. I'm just gonna get up, I'm gonna let my dog out to pee and grab a bottle of water. Alright? I'm gonna let my horse fly in the air, and in fact, it's gotta be short enough that I'm gonna use the duty finder over here. Because I've got a few more daily ones that haven't, and yeah, tank is in need. I better be back fast enough for this one. Like, less than 5 minutes is the counter. That's what it says on the right side. Hold on. I'll be right back. I have less than 5 minutes, so I can't. Okay. Okay. Thank you, White Shade. I think I was losing it. I was losing it a bit. I'm sorry about that, guys. Thanks for donating, and every now and then I think what a lot of people don't know about a streamer is that I'm here alone in a room. And so sometimes when something like that happens and I start going off, I know I'm talking to people, but at the same time, there is no one here to stop me. Like, there's no one here to pat me on the shoulder and tell me it's okay, or to say, you know, hey, take a deep breath. And, you know, words popping up on a text, I actually have to go over and read them, and I was getting so infuriated, I was crying. And like, so it's hard to read that, and you know, just that little pop-up was enough to make me like stop. I'll finish that off by saying this. I think when I became so angry for the first time was when, you know, the divorce was gonna happen, and I wanted the best for my son. And I had already broached the topic with her about, you know, her just having visitation. But I did it in a kind way because her and I both know the better, like, who's just was built to be a parent. But of course she shot that down immediately, and I expected that. So, you know, I backed out of that gracefully, and in mediation, one of the first things I said was that I kept telling her, for Rowan's sake, I want to be friends, and if it's possible one day, I want to even be best friends. And I was saying all this in front of a mediator because I had said it before. And I said I wanted it in writing that we can't split him, like not just state lines, and not just we have to live in the same county. Without going to a court, we can't live like further than like 5 miles away from each other, or something like that. I have to look. It might be 10. We have to live in the same school district for him, and breaking any of this can take us back to court. And just all these different stipulations of like, I wanted, instead of it being like most people who do joint custody at all will do like even and odd years for like holidays. And I wanted it written as joint. I wanted it forced. I wanted it forced on her and I that Thanksgiving, we had to figure out a way that her and I, no matter who we're now dating or with or anything like that, we had to come back together for holidays for him. And I said that that's on us. You know, it was on us to make it right, to handle our adult problems. And so I wanted these things to say joint, and like the lawyer, before the mediator even heard, the lawyer was like, I don't know if a judge would even accept this. We've never written joint. And then there's this health, education, religion, extracurricular, and now psychology is different on it. Of course, I got psychology on there. But I wanted it joint on all of those also, where literally it's in case of emergency, a mediator's called, and they're like, a judge will shoot that down. And I was like, no, but we'll have to get along with these things for Rowan's sake. Basically, we have to act like a joint couple, as if we were still married when it comes to Rowan, but separate lives, everything else. So, like, it still needs to be us both with education and health. And they're like, no, it's going to get shot down. So I had to rewrite it in a way that she's a teacher, so education got put on her. But, like, health is on me. But I had a special stipulation written in that if it's like dismemberment or major surgery, if she doesn't agree with my decision, she's allowed to stop it right then and there and get a mediator involved. So I can't just go overboard one way or the other. And then, like, you know, doing the 50-50, like, first choice is the other one. But then I had it written in that anyone that is going to be a boyfriend or girlfriend of her or I has to be introduced to the other one first. And that there's like there's all these things that I wanted written in there, just in words, and I kept saying it especially telling her, it's not necessarily that I don't trust you. I had plenty of reasons not to trust her anymore because, I mean, she fucking cheated on me. She wasn't coming home from work. She was fucking some guy. But it was that I want to make sure that when things get bad, there is a legal document that says we must get along for our son's sake. And I said, I hope you really understand the difference between me not trusting you and me wanting a legally binding document that says we gotta be friends for our son. Mediator hears all of this over a session or two and says, I've never heard it in my career. And I start asking him more questions about it, and he's like, hundreds, thousands of couples have come through here asking for advice. I've given it over and over. I've waited for people to say things like this. I have heard all of this. Not once have I heard people coming in here trying to say how much they want it in writing that they must cooperate for their child. And he said, I am so used to hearing children treated like property that you coming in here saying all these things of joint for the child's sake now makes me feel sick about all the work I did for all those other people. That's the first time I became truly angry, I believe, in my life, where there wasn't like another sadness part of it or something else, where I realized that I truly was an exception. And of course, this wasn't like these weren't Mel's suggestions. Of course, I was like taking the reins on this, because when it comes to things like this, even now to this day, when it's like a decision needs to be made and it has anything to do with both of us and Rowan, she still turns to me. She says I make all the decisions, but when it comes to a decision, she turns to me and she's like, well. So it's a double-edged sword. She expects me to make it, and then she holds it over my head. Because she knows I do the research. So I did all the research I could for the healthiest thing for him. I did my best. And then I'm told that I'm special for that. That thousands... And then, like, you know, the first judge that we saw, there wasn't, something wasn't signed properly, so I had to see a judge twice about all that stuff. And the first judge is just saying the exact same thing. And then another mediator is saying the exact same thing. I was just so angry. I was so angry at this whole world. Because everything I was saying, it was just one time after another that I was like, I had to sit there and go, really? I'm the first one to come in here and say I want to cooperate for my son's sake, and that he's not a piece of property? And then I became super angry, and people have heard this last part. Where I lost it. I lost it in a lawyer's office. Where, apparently I was the first also to not say I wanted my own lawyer for this part, that I was doing enough research that I wanted a lawyer just that could overhead for both of us. And they're like, we have to have a primary client. So I was like, she can have her lawyer, I can have one on retainer to look over all the documents, but we can both just sit in the same meetings. It's over the same shit, right? So and I have to be in the court anyway too. So, like, we don't need two lawyers in this room. Her and I can talk, and you can write shit down, right? And we can present it. And he's like, I've never had that happen before. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I realized the only page in the entire document, that did not need to be notarized individually. The entire all of assets had to be notarized. All these other things. Assets have to be notarized, and all these other things. So many things having to be notarized. The only page that does not have to be notarized, the one page that is custody of Rowan, where he'll be, what happens to him in an emergency. The only pages in all, when it came, every other page had something to do with money in it. Every other page of the divorce decree, of that long ass document, has something to do with money, and we have to get each one individually notarized just to make sure. But Rowan apparently worth more than any monetary thing. The only thing that doesn't need a notarized. So literally, fuckboy Sergio, that she cheated on me with, could have gone into the lawyer's office and signed for me. And since there didn't need to be a notary, the lawyer could have just been like, "Oh yeah, it was totally him," and there's nothing you can say about it because there was no proof. And I lost it, and I said, "This shit is not happening without those pages being notarized." And he said, "That's not done." And I said, "It's being done this time." And he said, "Well, we need 2 documents then. We need the one that's notarized and we need the one that's not notarized." And I said, "Fucking excuse me. If the judge would like to knock down the fact that I had the page that dictates my son's safety and well-being, and he's going to knock it down on the stand as being a finalized divorce, everything split, assets, blah, 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 over that, then I'll ask for a new judge."
I'm so close! Oh my god! I'm like a goddamn gigolo, ready to burst, and she's saying no, 3 more minutes at least!
Hey, Sky? Hi there, Sky. Okay, I'm glad I was at the end of that. Okay, I'm breathing. Everyone has to... Sky! It's been so long. Oh... I miss you singing while you're stalking and trying to kill people. And murder me in the process also. Oh. Oh. And what's the loot? I don't give a shit about any of that. Oh, I actually completed a quest with that. Hey, Sky, it's been so long since I've heard from you. Girl, we'll talk soon. Yeah, we'll make eventually sooner than eventually. I've got a lot going on with me too. Oh. Oh. I don't know. I say I don't know simply because I do know, and I just know that every single time I think of when I was born, I think, man, I was just born at the wrong time. A few generations earlier, and maybe my skin color would have been held against me, but at least my sense of duty would have gotten me somewhere. Long enough time ago, the sense of me that can handle chaos and fighting could have protected villages. And you give me another chance with another generation, and maybe the things that I believe in will be the one things that are needed for the leaders, even if it's a position I don't want to take. But this generation, I've got no war I can go off and fight, and apparently I'm weird for being the dad and person I am, an exception, and I'm not really making much of a change out of all of it, and so it's, I don't know, just different. Oh God, you had to get rid of Snapchat because of a stalker situation? Do you have Snapchat back? I'm actually trying to get more back into Snapchat myself. I gave up Snapchat for a bit. Oh boy. All right, lots of deep breaths now. I think have we had enough serious talk for tonight? I think we have. I'm just ready for people to be good people. I want Everyone can screw up. Everyone does screw up. I'm just ready for the norm to be the sense of duty of, why did you do something good? Because that's what you should do. Because it's the thing to do. And that's the only reason. I'm just ready for that to be there again. Just, that's the reason. Instagram is safer. Sky, go find me on Instagram then. Are you on me on Instagram then? Are you on me on Instagram? Is that the right way to say it? I have my Instagram still private, adding people one at a time, but it's in the description below. Oh, where's my mouse? Where's the mouse on the screen over here? Did I lose my? There it is. Oh, it automatically turns off. Oh, that's a nice thing. Cool. I'm not used to this mouse. I have a broken mouse situation. I have to use a new mouse. Great. We were. Yeah, it's thank you guys. I'm reading up to what you guys were saying. You know what? So I don't start venting again. Everything you guys said in chat while I was sitting there, I'm gonna actually, after the stream, while I'm winding down, all the chat, Streamlabs chat bot keeps it all. I can sit there and scroll at it at my leisure. I'll see what you guys said. I'll read through. You guys, it looks like you guys were saying some kind things. I just don't want to go back off on anything. I think it's time to cool down. Thank you so much, Gaming Beast. I see that over there, even though it won't pop up on the screen. Thank you. I gotta, yeah. This mouse will work for right now. I think in the garage I have like a backup mouse because my brother's old computer that I built for him, it's not the best. It can run Minecraft. It can run enough like ABC mouse and all that stuff. I'm trying to set up a computer for my son, his own little, because he in first grade they actually really do start emphasizing a lot of that, and I've got all the parts needed except for I've got a crappy keyboard, but he doesn't know the difference, and I think I got a mouse out there. I was gonna use the one that I'm using here as the backup, but I got another one out there, and I'm trying to put together, but I've got to find a blank hard drive that I'm not currently using. I gotta find. I've got a lot of archives of a lot of wedding photography and some other things I've done. Night Sky. Thanks for being here for a bit. Thank you, and thank you for donating. But anyway, I've got almost everything put together for giving him a little computer to sit at the desk right in the living room, right where I can see him all the time while he's using it during the day. Yeah. I've almost got it set up to my brother's old computer. Now, you know what? In my quest to be able to in my quest to being able to have two computers, one to stream and one to do things, people might think, "Oh, you had a spare computer. You could use that one to stream." I already tried that. It's actually not powerful enough to handle Streamlabs OBS and stream for you guys. I did try to use my brother's computer and then use this one. I built it for him a long time ago. And actually, it's not quite I built it for him. It was the hand-me-down when I needed to start professionally editing photos in mass. When I had to start doing it in mass. And I made a new computer on a budget. That was the one he got. That computer on a budget that I made, eventually the parts from that computer, with a few upgrades, became the computer that I'm now streaming on right now. So this computer, that's where that came from. But the computer I had before I did that one was the one that my brother had. I think it still has Windows 7 on it. I mean, the hard drive that was my brother's. I'm not giving him the hard drive that my brother's was on. My brother's stuff was on. So I gotta go find another one. It's strong enough. Yeah, all he needs to do is run ABC mouse, and I'll let him have Minecraft and Raft on there. He watches enough YouTubers talk about Minecraft. I'll let him have it on there. Well, Napalm, I'm glad my ranting helped in any way. I'm sorry if it made tears and kidney stones. Worst pain of my life. I do not envy you. Kidney stones, the literal worst pain of my life. Holy smokes. Hey, hey Bailey! Why's your body hurt? I'm glad you guys think this community is one of the best out there. That makes me happy. It does really make me happy. Hey, how much did I make while selling all the junk that I've been acquiring during all this? Yay. I'm acquiring money for I don't know the reason. I have no idea still the reason why I've been acquiring money in this game. Sell items in your inventory? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll sell more if I have more. Have I obtained more? I don't know if I've obtained more to sell more. I should. Does this go for a good price? 40. I'll undercut somebody. Yeah. We'll go with that. I'll undercut people. I don't feel the slightest bad about that. I'm about to get into another party. I see it coming. Ooh, that went down to 2, 3. All right. And someone's getting a deal off of me pricing things low. That's the way I look at it. It's how market is, supply and demand. And I'm demanding that they take my supply of it because I would like to just... I can't sell more stuff while there's still stuff up here. And I keep acquiring more stuff to sell. Like I need to unacquire the stuff to sell. Please buy my shit. Sincerely me. Please buy my shit. What if I could put a slogan up on here on these like boards where people buy stuff from each other? Please buy my shit. Sincerely me. That's what I figured would happen. Good enough. And another dude is coming up. Commence. That sounded like a kid lost his tooth at work today. Ooh. You're just trying to be I'm glad you guys love the channel. Michael Southern Kershaw, this is the first community chat I've ever considered joining. I'm not regretting it. I'm glad you're not regretting it. Went to roller dirt and just not physically prepared. Yeah, it is nuts. I've watched it and I decided I would not subject myself to that. Hey, Molly. This is the only one I say that much. The content is good and Darkness is a great host. Cheney, thank you. I'm glad. I hope I continue to be a great host for all of you guys. Oof. I'm. Hey, Mr. Solo Dolo. I'm. Okay. Boots need to come off. Oh boy. Oh, I'm tank. I better get this shit under wraps with this finger. Ow! I better get this shit under wraps with this finger. I literally, as I'm saying that, I realize I accidentally smacked my finger trying to get my finger under wraps. Somebody's first time doing this? Okay. Why is it so much darker on this monitor? Twirly little paladin bitch. Did you damage your finger? Oh. You're a guitarist, violinist, pianist. I'm a guitarist and violinist. Seriously. I'm trying not to panic about that thing. Yes, my finger is severely hurt. It's either we're crap. I couldn't hit the button. Severely enough that I actually am making a deal of it because it's bone bruise or fracture, not a break, because I can still bend the joint. Take your pick. But no, I play guitar for myself. Violin, I was good enough that I was first chair of the Philharmonic Orchestra of my high school. Now that high school ended up being the biggest orchestra program in the nation, and the top ranked in the nation. And then they ended up doing things like going in Europe, playing Carnegie, doing all these other things. Didn't realize. So violin became a big part of my life, and then I kind of ran away from it because offers came, ideas came. I realized what it would kind of entail, and I wasn't quite ready for that. So I don't even really think I discussed with my parents all the options I truly had when it came to violin, because I was just scared.
Complaint, but you know what? I don't even care because this is my art. And no, fuck!
You're acquiring money because we support you and we have your back. You're one of the good people in the world, AMD. We will always be here to listen and support you.
Aww. Well, thank you, Vixen. Everyone hashtag the Vic over there. Vic, I never can I use your real name yet? Cause I actually like your name.
Don't believe me? Look
Hey, John!
30 years experience and jack it up!
You are the best.
Well, thank you, John. Everyone hashtag John. I'm definitely using his real name. Vixen over there. Your name is one of the names I really like on my list of names that I really like. Can I use your real name yet, or is that make you uncomfortable for people to know your real name online? Because there are some people, like Elle's one of them. Like, I know Elle's name, but she'll like murder my face if I ever say her real name. Call night. Don't want to go sit my alarm in a few hours. Well, Michael, son of Krypton, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for your support that's been here. Did Vixen give me an answer? I'm over there trying to figure out if I got an answer. But have a good night, Michael. I'll wait until after I'm finished trying to... I'm being a crappy tank. You go... Okay, you go, baby. Yeah, Victoria. I love the name Victoria. I've known your name's Victoria. Because, you know, I do see the names that are behind... Like, there is a business side to things. And if I didn't know the names of people who are, like, putting money toward, that would be really bad business. Because that kind of anonymity can get you in trouble really fast. So I've seen Victoria over and over and over and over, and I've sat there and been like, oh, come on, let me say Victoria. Oh, try on. Is it for the glamour? Oh, those might be good. Those might be good for wearing with this outfit. You go by Vicky? Okay. When people are here long enough, I do try to start learning names and whatnot. Cheney, I'm like the other way around. Guitar is like my self-taught, my own kind of like is for me. I've played since I was 8, and it's always been like for my son also, like, to relax me. And so you know, I'm not the best at guitar. Violin, that's where I have to pull out the not to toot my own horn line, and then anything I have to say about violin sounds like I'm tooting my own horn immediately. It will. So well, everyone can hashtag Vicky then also. Yay. Yeah, you guys, especially while the community is small enough that I can keep up with as many people as possible. Whenever possible, I do like knowing, or do like if I using names. It just feels. I know everyone has their online monikers. And there's a good reason for it for a lot of people. That online moniker, you know, helps the anonymity of, like, online creepers. And at the same time, it's, I don't know, it just feels like a layer between me and the people that are being so kind to me. And I would like to, I don't know. It's kind of sometimes for me, because again, me being alone in a room talking to you guys pretty much deal. Sometimes to me, that all that feels like is just one more way that I'm removed from real life people, and I know you're real life people on the other side of that camera. Like, that camera is hooked up to a computer, and the interwebs is broadcasting it, and I realize all that. But you guys are real life people on the other side of that camera, and I very much know that. And every single way I can try to, like, lessen that gap between the fact that it's, you know, me alone in the room to, you know what I mean? No. Violin. Once I ran away from violin because of how it went. Once I ran away from violin, I didn't play it for anyone else. I played it sometimes for myself. Actually, that's one of the things my ex got really mad about. My ex only heard me play violin once or twice ever. And she knew that I was. She had heard recordings. She had heard recordings of me playing. She had heard a recording of a solo of mine before. She knew that I was good, and I refused to play. No, it's just one of those. You know, it just became so scary and daunting of how much of your life seemed to be given up for something that was just so fun to me. Like, I tell my story about learning violin and getting better at violin, and the story always goes with, I didn't realize I was good. people just kept telling me, you should be in the higher level orchestra. I said, okay. You should be in this level, which actually requires you to be getting private lessons. All right, I guess I got 4 private lessons, but by then, you know, I was, you know, my own business with mowing lawns and can help out with things and can do a lot. So it's like, oh, well, you're good enough. You should compete. Oh, okay. Well, you're good enough that you should actually try out for, like, you're not for the head of the Philharmonic. Oh, are you sure about that? Yeah, you should give it a shot. And then I'm first chair. There's like 5 levels of orchestra because it was that big of a program at Duluth High. And I'm like, and it was just like over and over people are telling me that I'm good at something, and like it's just, it's never how I thought about it. It was fun. So the second it became not fun, the second it became people wanted me to make it into a career. Night Willow, thank you for being here. But basically, the second people wanted me to make it into a career that made it not fun, where all of that would go away, and all the reasons why I ever played in the first place would just disappear. I dropped it. I played for the Valdosta Symphonic Orchestra for a while. I took private lessons in college for going for a minor in music. So I mean, it's not like I dropped it completely, but I did. It became something for me again, kind of thing. The only thing that ever wasn't just for me was singing, and I've lost my original voice over the course of... You're gonna have to go back to live streams and videos probably 3 years removed from now. From back in the day. I strained my voice a long while ago, and it got bad. And then I got nodes on my vocal cords, and my voice hasn't ever been the same. But back in the day, people actually asked me to sing on streams. But also, there was only like 10 people showing up to a lot of the streams. So, you know, back in the day. It wasn't too bad. My voice didn't go out until around the time For Honor came out. It was sometime around there that my voice started going very south. So... that's when it went bad. Have I played any For Honor lately? Nope. I have not. Is this thing almost dead? I feel like we've been shooting it with cannons for a while now. Yay, it's dead. And I totally ganked that paladin thing earlier simply because of its looks. This game is 100% all about the glamour. It was I totally, I didn't gank it. I just looted a need on it when I totally don't need it. I'm about to max out at level 80 paladin. It's a level 50 piece, but I think it would look good with the robe that I'm wearing right now. I think if I dyed it gold, it would look better than the leggings I have on right now, and I'm sitting there going, yep, that's why I have to take it. Somebody else is going to have to wait until a good drop like that comes for them later. Because, by God, I need some good-looking legs. Oh yeah, I hate my voice. I hate hearing myself in recordings. It's torture for me to actually have to edit my videos. Visage. By the way, my voice sounds weird in Visage because I made a mistake for the first 2 videos. So for the video that came out today and the one that will come out tomorrow, I accidentally recorded the face cam in 29.97 frames per second. And of course my face cam can only record in that, so I recorded the Elgato, of course, picked up the, instead of my normal idea of a PS4 picking it up in 39.94, which means that it syncs perfectly with a camera that's 29.97 frames per second. Instead, it picked it up at a perfect 60 frames per second, meaning that over time, my camera and my voice were barely slower than the game footage. Enough that by 10 minutes in, when the light bulb scared me, I realized that I screamed almost a full half second before the light bulb actually did what it did. So I actually had to stretch the footage back out like I used to do in the old days in my oldest videos like Soma and things like that, where I used to have to take the obligatory 30-minute breaks, otherwise stretching the footage would make my voice so distorted that it was like unbearable. It's a mistake I'm not going to make after the next episode of Visage. Will there be more horror games? Yes. A lot more of the horror games I want to play, though, would... Again, I'm going to be harping on this. I can't. A lot of the best horror games are PC. I mean, I could use this rig now that I've got jerry-rigged. I just don't have a good gaming PC. I've had Amnesia on my Mac, and I was going to record that. I'm going to give it another shot now that I've got an upgraded Mac Pro. I've got Amnesia on the Mac. After I'm done with Visage, I'm thinking, since people were also saying that Visage was like a combination between PT and Amnesia, and I've never played Amnesia. I'm gonna try to run Amnesia on the same computer that I'm recording from. But I can't keep this jerry-rig bullshit forever. This is a cord nightmare. I honestly, just to stream tonight, I couldn't find the cord to plug this up for way too long. The HDMI and the audio cords, and even to get the monitor that everything's being viewed on, that I can see everything on properly. Like, it felt like it took forever for that. In fact, it took me about 25 minutes of realizing that I should label the chords, because it's going to take me about another 25 minutes for me to record more Visage, to change it all back. So every single time I go to record it, it's gonna, maybe I'll get faster with it. Probably 15 minutes of just trying to figure out what to do to kind of make it jerry-rigged in the correct way. I was gonna show... After this fight, maybe I'll put a light on it and I'll show you guys the cord clusterfuck beneath me. It is a cord clusterfuck. Night Reaper, thank you so much for being here. Let me show you. Like, I'm scared. I think some paper fell too. This is bad. You guys are gonna realize why I need a better solution for all this, which is just gonna be another PC. And you guys asked for the wish list. That wish list was all you guys. Tonight I'll read your comments and I'll relook at that wish list too. How about that? As I try to wind off to bed. I'll do one more consideration of the RAM and the MOBO and the CPU and the GPU on there. But tonight is the last. After tonight, whatever's on there, that's just what I'm gonna end up putting out as it. Because if I can't find exactly what's gonna be supported by the Cheese Grater Mac Pros, then I'm just gonna go Intel, because I know it will be supported and I won't have to worry about anything that happens with it. And I'd rather not worry and have a great gaming PC to help the channel grow, and have a PC that I can Hackintosh and process more videos. Look at this. But tonight is the last time I'm changing that list. Before that's just the gaming PC. And oh, I'm putting a bigger power supply on it too. I realized I put 650 watt on there, and I'm probably gonna ask for. Look. And since I run the PS4 through the PSVR stuff, Ada, you're a member. Welcome to the family. Ada, welcome to the family. Where's the pop-up? Where's the pop-up, Ada? Look at that shield. Long time coming. Hey there, Ada. Welcome to the family. I should have a specific day for scary games. I just don't have enough. Again, we're talking about a problem with PCs. There's just not that. You're talking about indie horror. I would need indie horror. There's plenty of it, and there's plenty of scary indie horror, and there's plenty of stuff I could do. There are hundreds of good indie horror games that it could be a good night for that. There literally there are hundreds. Need a gaming PC for it. Once that is there, then I can try to do that. Dell. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate, and I'm glad that you found the Everman's guide. All right, I am gonna show you guys it. How am I gonna do this easily? All right, let me just get where did my phone go? All right, time for watch this. All right. Oh God, how am I gonna? Okay, hold the camera with this hand. All right, I'm gonna have to reform everything. Holy shit! How did my? Oh God, this is embarrassing. This is truly embarrassing what I'm about to show you. This is truly embarrassing. All right, I'm really embarrassed, but I got it fucking working. All right. Don't put that there. Alright, here's my camera going over there. There's my other gaming rig and everything. You see that cluster of cords that goes underneath? It doesn't even stop. Like, okay, there's the, there we go. There's the brick of cords. There's like more cords back there that I had to like yank out. All the cords that should be underneath. And then, like, my box where a lot of things are for this PC, instead of it was clean before all this. It was clean and precise. I had no empty space. Look, Now it's just a clusterfuck of all these chords going on over there. And then that's just my other setup that's usually. So that's what you see. That's what you see when I'm actually doing other stuff. But it's embarrassing. That's a cluster. Oh, God. That's my jerry-rigged, I wanted to record visage. That's what that is. Oh. That's Oh. All right. Hit the finger again. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Emmy, patience is a virtue. Sooner than later, for sure. Some of the footage got corrupted for Claire B. I have to actually go re-record some of that. That's the only reason why it's not out now. So Claire B, Claire B is gonna come out hopefully this week, as well as a special video that I've storyboarded 1,000 times over, and I want to get it right because I want to get the right clips to go with it. And I'm having to remember that Game Theory got in trouble for not making sure that even if they use game clips while they talk about stuff in their theories, they have to do an outline, and that's why they have the random things like in the corner so it can't be, so they can use it properly. Like there's a little bit of editing that has to go along with it. But Clear B is probably going to come out about the same time as a very important, which it's a video I've wanted to do for a long time. It's a certain subject done correctly, and the 3 subjects that are being covered in it are The Last of Us, The Walking Dead, but the graphic novel comic, which actually the final issue of The Walking Dead it just came out. It just surprised everyone. Kirkman just ended The Walking Dead. Not the TV show, the graphic novel that he said would go past issue 300. No, I believe 194. It's over. It's over. I can't believe how it ended. I'm not saying anything about it. But an issue that covers The Last of Us, The Walking Dead, and shit. "13 Reasons Why." So basically it's an issue, and the way that I'm going to present it is something that's done correctly, and I want to show how it's done correctly in different media formats. In video games, it's done correctly in The Last of Us. In graphic novels, it's done correctly in The Walking Dead. And on television, it's done correctly in 13 Reasons Why. And I know people won't 100% agree, but that's not the point. The point is that there's a subject that's usually just butchered or stereotyped, and all 3 of them nailed it. All 3 of them nailed it perfectly, in my opinion. So, it's a video that I storyboarded months ago. I passed the idea by like Paige and Elle and a few others about helping me like think about a few things. And I've been and then I was trying to figure out exactly if I'd actually get revenue off of it because, but now The Walking Dead just ended and now it's back up on, like, people are searching for it because The Walking Dead literally just came to an end. So I do need to release it. I've talked about this subject before. Mr. Sauce, do I have any interest in any other jobs? Oh yeah, next one I really want to do is Dragoon, because my brother, I played as a paladin. My brother played as a Dragoon in Final Fantasy XI. I want to play Dragoon. So the jobs I want to do as a character. I want to, as another tank, since Paladin's about to be maxed out, I'm going to end up doing Gunbreaker, so I can get that Gunblade goodness. I don't think I'm going to be a healer because it always just made me that, even though it'd help with stuff. And then I want to get melee and ranged DPS. I'm still not used to calling it DPS. I'm used to calling them DDs, damage dealers. But the game calls it DPS. I'm going to do Lancer, which turns into Dragoon, and Archer that turns into Bard. That trips me out, too. A Bard, literally, in Final Fantasy XI was, like, your harp. You used a harp, and you were, like, buffs for the rest of the party. That's all you did. And now in here, it's like, oh, you shoot shit. You couldn't have called him a sharp shot or something like that. You call him a Bard. So anyway, I'm doing a video that includes all of that, and it's coming out, and that's what I was talking about. There's hopefully two special videos in that update I gave earlier this week. That when that video comes out, I need all the support, everyone pushing it out, and if you really do think it's good enough, pushing it everywhere you can, because I don't know how many times I'm gonna have ideas that are supported like that, but if people will support ideas like that, I can make them. But if they don't, then I can't continue making them. So it'll be a definite departure from what's usual. But I think it'll be good. All right. Is there any other duty finder daily roulette things? Leveling, right? Healers needed. So I'm not needed yet. So I can go back to my trying to get through to Shadow Bringers, because I'm never going to get there. Not the House of the Fierce. My freebie point is over here. Wait, currency? I'm good. Can you hide behind a pile of dead bards? That sounds like a joke that I feel like I should know the punchline to. I might have to go rewrap this one more time. You see how much thicker this is bulging out even more. You see that? Here's a normal finger. Here's this finger bulging out like crazy. Now this side is flat. Oh, oops, it's a reference. Because I put a chopstick in there to keep it straight. That's what's in there. Chopsticks are in there. This side has no excuse. And it's starting to make the wrapping tight. What happened to my finger? My son was about to slam his hand. The door, I pushed his hand out of him slamming the car door on his hand. But it caught my finger instead. And I thought it was going to break my phone. Because my phone was in my hand like this. So basically, I'm holding my phone, which I just got back working. Literally was in the store to get it back working. I'm holding phone. And he's, by the way, that's my son on my phone right there. That's his baby picture. I took that baby picture. Hold on. Let me show that real fast. I took that baby picture. I do like that one, but oop. Took that in the garage I had in Valdosta. So I had the phone in my hand like this. I saw he was about to he had his hand in the door jam. I told him to hurry up. He grabbed the door but had his hand right there, still in the frame of it. I saw that, and with my hand in there, I pushed it out. Well, when pushing it out, you see that it kind of caught the rest of it, and it caught the phone in the door, but it made it so that my finger couldn't bend. It literally slammed that in there, and instead of my finger bending and trying to, at the joint bend with it, instead it just pushed against the phone, and now I'm glad the phone isn't re-broken. But at the same time, that's probably why the damage was done to my finger. So We'll see by morning. Everyone, right now, everyone's placing their bets. Did I fracture? Shouldn't be a break because I can still bend the joint right here, and that would hurt like a bitch if it was a break. 99% sure. But with the way it's still hurting and swelling, bone bruise or fracture? Placing bets. All right, let me fly over to. Oh, is it already past midnight? Oh shit. Oh, I put ice on when I first got it. And I've got some NSAIDs in me. There's nothing more to be really done. It's not that I'm not tough enough to just deal with it. Like, I'm still gonna go running in the morning. You know what the pounding of feet on pavement is gonna make me feel like with that hurting right like there? But no, I still like that's my son's earning the ability to have time with this to have Nintendo Switch time. Like, if we don't go running, he doesn't earn being able to play the Nintendo Switch. That's not fair to him. I gotta suck it up. It's gonna hurt like a bitch every footstep. Right now we're playing this, so I'm slowly trying to get used to using my middle finger for the trigger, because no matter what, either of those choices, I'm gonna have a probably, I don't know, week 2, a month for it to get back to all the way without me flinching. Chad, I'm thinking bruise because I would like some I would like to catch a break here. I would really like to catch a break. It was already bad enough that that happened. I would love to catch a break. I mean, a bone bruise hurts. Maybe it's a real break. Maybe it's just such badly bruised muscle that I rip something, it's a little bit of bleeding inside and it's swelling because of it. Maybe not even a bone bruise. There's some really wishful thinking for you. Really wishful thinking. Really wishful. Super wishful. The more I say it, the more I'm doubting it. But I'm saying it over and over. Like, I'm saying, it'll come true. Oh, if it's just a normal bruise that it would go down and everything like that, if it's just muscles, fuck it. I can get over that shit pretty fast. Just give me a few more hours with that. Let the swelling go down and we're good to go. But it's not. I mean, it's not gonna be that. It's probably not gonna be that easy. I could probably sell that if I don't use it. Oh God. I'm still on just level 67 stuff. I forgot. Oh, I gotta skip through so much more. This is why we will never see Shadowbringers on here. I'm still in Stormblood content. We're never gonna get the Shadowbringers. Actually, by the time we get the Shadowbringers, I'm gonna have like 3 level 80 characters. What else do we got? Tank yet? Nope, still healer needed. Oh, come on, don't. Please be down here. I bet 350 it's a bruiser. I don't know if you bet it if you saw what happened. The indentation that wouldn't go away, and then the swelling, but the indentation stayed. And then when you felt it, I could only feel it a few times, but I don't think you're supposed to feel what I felt in your finger, on the bone, and touching it hurts up badly enough that I yelped, and my son thought something even more happened, and I didn't mean to, because it scared the shit out of him. But trying my best not to scare the shit out of my son. Part 1. Part 2, 3, 4, and 5. Don't scare the shit out of your son. Don't do that. I think we're almost finished for tonight, guys. He's gonna wake me up real early, and I just said I would take one more look at that wish list before I'm just gonna say it's set the way it is. I was thinking hairline fracture, and that's still fine to heal up. I can still bend the joint. It just hurts like a bitch, but it'll heal up. Oh, he understand. He went to the Secret Lights of Pets 2. What did he say? Hold on. This is hold on. Secret Lights of Pets 2. Fox apparently did something during the movie. He was with his mom during the day today, and then had swim lessons, and he came back with me, so he's with me now. He went to a movie with his mom. Apparently, in the movie theater during the Secret Life of Pets 2, there is a fox doing something weird, and he yells in the movie theater, "What the fox?" He's 6. He's 6 and did that one. And then apparently a dog said hallelujah, and he said, "I think that's Jeff Buckley's dog." Boom. My son knows who Jeff Buckley is. Hallelujah. The most famous version of Hallelujah that we know, but there you go. So my son's screaming "what the fox" in movie theaters, and then correctly getting the artist to, well, I mean, he's not supposed to like know Cole, who did the actual John Cole. I believe John Cole did the arrangement we're all used to, but it was piano. Then and then it became famous singer-songwriter Diamond, was it Neil Diamond, that wrote over 40 pages of lyrics for Hallelujah, and he sang it differently depending on different lyrics. Never did the performance the same twice. Am I thinking of Diamond? Is that the right singer-songwriter? Never did the same. No. Oh God, no! It's not Neil Diamond. Oh fuck no! That is I am ashamed for saying Neil Diamond. Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen, and then wrote like 40 pages of it, and then Jeff Buckley took the lyrics that meant the most to him and did the version that everyone covers now. So it's Jeff Buckley's version of Leonard Cohen's song from the melody done from, I believe, John Cole. So, holy smokes. But still, heard a dog say hallelujah, and he said, "I think that's Jeff Buckley's dog." I'm like, yeah, buddy. My son's getting cultured at 6. Oh, and when we were at the Apple store, he went over to a computer and looked up, my son went over to a computer and looked up, Stone Sour's Through Glass on YouTube on one of the Macs that were at the Apple Genius Bar, whatever. He looked up Through Glass, but the version that has the lyrics on the screen, so he could read the lyrics as "looking at you through the glass." Yeah, as he was sitting there wanting to sing along to it a bit too. Yeah, so that's my son was back and forth between playing video games and listening to Through Glass. It was pretty awesome. I'm gonna see if this sells more. I know what I'm selling next. Yeah, my son's spare time. Few video games and Through Glass while he's waiting for me, and he's like, "This is one of the most fun stores," and I was like, "And it's fucking expensive." Like, I don't get anything full price for anything like that. So that Mac Pro was a gift. My iPhone that I had before was a I had a friend, between a friend and a family member, help me pay it off just in case my ex went apeshit bananas, broke the phone, so that I could have it fully paid off and then insured and just straight up replaced if anything happened, because I wanted it paid off so I could get off her phone plan once I realized how bad things could happen. And then anything after that has just had to been financed. But is the drunk live stream still a possible or a definite? 95% definite Saturday. It's alright for dozing off. Have a good night. This live stream is not lasting much longer. I still got one duty for tonight. Tank is needed. After this duty, I'm probably finished. Never gonna get through all of Stormblood. I'll get through one day. Oh, it's right across the pond. Hey, already. But yeah, him being able to like go between in one day, talking about Jeff Buckley and Stone Sour, and he loves Bruno Mars. I was like, and who's Bruno Mars? Who do you want to be like? It's like Michael Jackson. He loves Michael Jackson too. He likes he's eclectic. He loves so many different forms of music. It makes me happy. I like the fact I get along with him. I have conversations with him. And just what did he say? I recorded a note earlier. He said something. I have to go to my notes for things like this because I don't remember what the fuck. Oh, he said it about this game. For everyone that's willing to wait until this dungeon is over, notice that there's a little me following me. You guys were so kind to get me the outfit I'm wearing. He saw me trying to get through all this level stuff. And he said he talked about it, and he had something to say about it. He had something to say about it because he's like, there's a little you and whatnot. Wait, was this really a trial? Did I sign up for a trial? Was it a trial that I hadn't done? Alright. Is it really? Oh, level 36 Titan. Oh, never mind. Oh, I don't have any of my fucking abilities. I don't have Circle of Scorn. I can't put Goring Blade on him for I have no DOTs. It's just me putting up some straight damage on him with Rampart. Oh, I'm gonna continue playing Silent Hill 2. For sure. Welcome back, Willow. Alright. The naval. Alright, this is an easy fight. I wasn't expecting you to do this as what. I do have to pay attention for 2 seconds because he can knock you off the edge and then the edges fall apart. But this should be a 2-second ordeal, and then I'll tell you what he said. So he jumps up, the red ring happens, the red ring and beyond disappears. The further you are, the less damage you'll take. And then that move right there, get out of the way, thank you. Anyone caught in that move gets knocked off the side and they're just dead for the rest of the time. They can't be revived. And then there's I don't know if this version has his heart, but I think we're about to see him using his. Yep. No, 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 don't go that far. Azul. Are you kidding me? The healer's dead. Azul stepped in the red. Oh, well. Don't. I can't step on the red and dodge the landslides. Alright, well, we're gonna die. Oh, Silent Hill 1 Part 2, the other part? Yeah, I'll post that up soon. Get near edge for minimum damage, but not on red. And landslide move will knock you off. Yay! I'm being helpful. Are you gonna? But I'm gonna Silent Hill 2. I'm gonna continue playing. Yeah, I haven't decided what to do for the drunk live stream Saturday. I still say possible because I'm scared of it. I'm scared of that live stream. Oh, I'm scared of it. You know what? My ex saw that I was about to do another drunk live stream, and we were still under the same roof for that. At swim lessons, we were both there, and she said, "Really? You're gonna do another one of those? You know, where you lasted 2 seconds?" I was like, "Thanks. I needed that reminder right now. Cool." I didn't last just 2 seconds, but you guys. So the way we do the drunk live streams is kind of a pay to play thing. Each shot costs money, but the second time I did it, because the first time I found out you guys are assholes. As soon as you know you can get me drunk, you're like, "Oh, we'll pay $10 for a shot." I upped the price for shots, and I put a timer that there's only so many shots within a time period before I need a cooldown. And then everyone just paid up everything needed to make sure that as soon as the cooldown was over, I had to take a bunch of shots again all at the same time. What did that mean? I got floored fast again. So, probably later today, since today's already Wednesday here. So Wednesday, which is today for me here. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Or Thursday, I'll post up the rules on the community tab and possibly make a short video about it of what it will be. But it'll look a lot like the last one, but yes, the price of each shot will escalate, yes. That's what we did last time too, but apparently I didn't escalate it enough. I'm trying to learn from the last one. I'm literally going back to the last one and rewatching what happens and how fast it happened. It's just it got bad. A getting over it drunk live stream would be epic. Oh god, Bennett Foddy, he can go suck a fuck. But no, I'd love to do one. I think the biggest reason why I might do, I've got the wanting to do the, a video asking suggestions and the community post is to hear what kind of game you guys want to see played during it. But whoa, I got 4 mil experience. Seriously, I'm gonna get to level 70 so fucking fast. No, it's just it's a scary proposition. I think that was the last one I've got. So that should be all of my... I'm level 78, almost 79. This is unheard of, how fast you level if it's 11 Final Fantasy, but we're in 14. Duty Finder. I've cleared all of them. How many... What's my currency sitting at? I need to go spend some before I stop thinking about it. Okay, let me get off of this and say what my son said. I still haven't paid to play this game yet. This game, I've still got like a month's worth of quote unquote trial, and the only thing I've had to pay for is the expansion Storm Shadowbringer. Everything else I got. But I had to pay for Shadowbringer, and you guys paid for that outfit for me. Hold on. So you guys see that I have the with me. Look right there. Americ right there. They just raised his sword up. He's same outfit as me. I have Americ's outfit on that looks like a true paladin. And Americ wind-up doll is with me. My son was saying, hey, there's a doll of you following me. It's kind of like me. I'm following you everywhere. We're going on adventures. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, and that's me. I'm walking with you into a dangerous place, and you'll protect me. And I was like, aww. So Rowan's all excited that when I play this game, that there's a little him playing with me, and that I protect him. So and go ahead and napalm. I'm sorry the stones are getting... Oh. I do not envy you. I passed a 5mm kidney stone. That was the worst. I will say one of the only good things now in retrospect was that when they tried to put a catheter in me to try to help it out because it was getting so bad, that the guy doing the catheter screwed it up and didn't put the thing on the end of it that catches it all. And so basically he shoved a tube in me to make it so pee comes out without having a way to catch the pee. And my then wife, now ex, was standing right there, so I pissed all over my ex-wife. Wasn't my fault. It was a nurse's, but for them to figure out how big it was and if they needed to break it up, they had to put a catheter in first. And so he hosed her down. I was like, oh, okay. Went all R. Kelly on that. The people pay good money for that kind of action. And you don't want to mess up a catheter. When they took that thing right back out of it, oh, God. Oh. Because they weren't gentle.
Yes!
Hey, it's
yes!
A King Phil!
Oh, man.
Oh, yes!
Damn, dude. You're good.
Well, thank you so much, Phil. Everyone, hashtag Ape King Phil. What's going on back there? I appreciate it so much. Cheney, a lot of people pay a lot of money for that. Yeah, all right. And Emma, I know how you feel about, okay, about the catheter or wanting to be peed on. Explain yourself, please. Could you explain, please? I'm feeling like I need an explanation real quick. I'm feeling a little I don't know what to think of this. Emma. Okay, well, you know what? Well, Emma, Joy outs me for my fetishes. Just join the club of which, again, they're not actually my fetishes. She's just claiming they are. Oh, the kidney stones. Oh. Hey, Leonhardt. Hey, look at this, Leonhardt. Watch this. Watch this. I can become it. I don't have Squall's outfit. But look at this real quick. Look at what I can become. Oh, I didn't put a gear set on here. Look what I can become. I'm just gonna shove it on there and be naked. See what's on my back right there? That would be a gun blade. That is a gun and a sword. I'm also very naked. This is what my character looks like without clothes on. He's kind of like he's a little bit dragony. He's a little dragony. That's Jad without clothes. I'm gonna put clothes back on Jad. He really feels like he should have clothes on. Yeah, he feels like he should have clothes on. Much better. Well, Vicky, thank you so much for being here. We're like finished here. I think everyone is just about ready. I mean, part of me is just persistent as hell because I want Stormblood to be finished up so I can get into Shadowbringers. But I think this is the point where I need to... I really do think this is the point I need to finish things up here. I need my finger to be able to get some rest. I'm going to use a wrist brace to try to remind me not to do anything wrong with my finger, because I've got one of the ones that kind of go to the hand but do the wrists and everything. Yeah, I got the gun blade though. I didn't get the special edition of Shadowbringers, so I don't get to have Squall's actual gunblade. I don't get to have the one the what is it called, the Leonhardt on there. But let's go ahead. What I do to my finger? Everyone's putting bets: fractured or bone bruise. Got my son's finger out of the way of the slamming car door that I almost slammed his hand on. My finger got slammed instead. I can still bend it, so I doubt it's a break, but it's swelling like crazy, so it's not just something like insignificant, and it's continuing to swell, and it's actually pressing hard against this, so take your pick. Don't play the cutscene again. I've watched it. You know what? I'm gonna play the cutscene, knowing that this is gonna get me infringement, because the opening for this feels epic. Let me turn this. Listen to this. Is what Shadowbringers. This is why I want to get into Shadowbringers. Watch this.
How many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called
Oh, it feels so epic. You'll see where I got the thumbnail from too in a moment here. It's not finished. You change jobs by changing weapons, so he keeps changing people by changing the weapon he's using. Or changing what he's doing.
What sayest thou, Master Matoya? We may accept this fate or defy it, but we cannot deny it.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles. Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
And the pimp. Thancred. With the gun blade.
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Infilia. This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone. If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten. Become what you must. Become the warrior of darkness.
Yeah. Warrior of Light couldn't beat her, so he turned into a Warrior of Darkness to do it. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that's why I wanted to get into Shadowbringers content. Because they did, it's not like, I mean, that's like, of course, a put together CG right there, movie right there. But once you actually get into the cutscenes in the game to tell that story, it's going to be awesome. That's pretty fucking epic. And you can go for all of the different opening movies, like when it was Heaven's Ward and Stormblood and everything like that. But anyway, pretty that I think that's a pretty good opener for trying to tell you what's happening in Shadowbringers, because in Heaven's Ward they already had to mention the Warriors of Darkness, something happening, and then finally it's only been in Stormblood that they mentioned that the Warrior Darkness were warriors of light that have died, and they died for their world. And to try to restore their world, they used their crystals and tried to turn into something that was negative, to pretty much to turn back time, if I understand it. So now it's like the actual, from our universe, Warrior of Light having to go to the Warrior of Darkness stuff for Shadowbringers because of what's being thrown against them. So that's what. So there you go. That's the story. That's why I want to get through. That's why I so badly want to get through Stormblood, so I can get to that stuff. So let's go ahead and throw up a credits real fast before it starts that CG again. Because it is bedtime. I gotta get up and run soon. Me and my thumping ass finger gotta get up and run soon. Roll credits. Credits better work. Credits better work. Work, damn it. Trying to keep it from going to movie. There it goes. You can barely see it though. Mike Rodsky, Joy Fowler, John Wheely, Vixatious, Whiteshade, Danny, It King Phil, Sky, Gaming Beast, thank you for donating. New sub over on Twitch, Sean. New subscriber, Carlos. Willow redid it. Larry, Olivia, and new channel member, welcome to the family, Ada with the shield. So, thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about the rant in the middle. Sorry that I didn't play something else because of... I'll give you guys updates. Check the community post to know exactly... by morning, I'll see when the swelling stops. I'll have a better idea of the function I get out of this, and if it gets in my way. So, thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys back here for the next one really soon. Bye! Before that cutscene replays.